Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine and I hope you're all safe. I welcome you all to the live stream, my friends, and the FPL Wizard is going to be here with you for the next hour answering your questions. My team is fixed, I've got nothing to think about my own team, and I'm going to be here answering your questions and talking to you about your dilemmas. So before I start, I welcome you all Karthik, Raja, George, Todd, Nehal, Somain, Saleh. Thank you so much everyone for being here. I know this is gonna be a stream in which I'm gonna get lots of questions, and that's the reason I wanted to fix my team before I came here. So before I take your questions, I would like to thank you all first for getting the channel monetized. Last week on the stream I told you that the channel was monetized, and this week we have another good news. The channel is now accepting memberships. YouTube considered the channel big enough and good enough to be open for memberships. So if you look at the subscribe button, there's going to be a join button right next to it, and you can join and become a member of the channel. And thanks to you, my friends, it is all because of you that this channel has come to this, and I would like to thank you so much before starting today's stream. So my friends, the transfers that I made are very obvious. It took a lot of thinking, guys. If you're on my Discord, you would have known that I've been thinking since yesterday like crazy, searching for stats and searching for reasons not to bring in Mo Salah. But as you can see, guys, Mo Salah is in my team, and Mo Salah is my captain this week. So before I start taking your questions, I'd like to tell you what moves did I make. The transfers that I made this week is Jamie Vardy and Hakim Ziyech out for Ollie Watkins and Mo Salah for a -4, guys. It was a very hard decision, believe me. I was this close to going this game week without making any transfer, and it wouldn't have been a bad decision because I would have captained Vardy. But in the end, guys, after all the thinking, all the pondering, I made the decision, and in comes Mo Salah in my team, and he's gonna be in my team until I use my wildcard now. No going back, guys. No going back now. Mo Salah comes in for a -4, and when I bring a player in for a -4, it means I'm gonna captain him, right? So those are my two transfers, guys. -4 pushes me back a little, but I guess it's for the best. You know, don't like having 3 Aston Villa players against Wolves, but it wasn't about the Aston Villa players as much as it was about the captain this game week. And what sealed it for me was Diogo Jota's niggle, or injury, you can say. You know, I heard Klopp's press conference, and I heard that Diogo Jota had a knock, and that sealed it for me. That at least told me that Salah was going to start, and if he gets 70 minutes against Fulham, then be it, guys. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Alright, guys, so this is all about my team. My captain is going to be Salah, and my vice captain is going to be KDB. You know, a couple of decisions that I am still thinking about making. Maybe ailing in for Watkins, you know, because I'm not liking the idea of 3 Aston Villa players against Wolves. So maybe I can bring in ailing, but I'm gonna seek your advice on that. But later, you know, first let me read your questions and answer them. So Saleh says, are you watching Leeds versus West Ham? Yeah, definitely later, my friend. Rhythm says Jota and DCL out to Son and Wilson for a -4. Rhythm, the thing about getting Son this game week is that next week he plays Liverpool, and with Wilson I was this close to bringing him in my team. The problem is that Newcastle still have some players out with COVID, and we don't know who are going to be the support players for Wilson, and that is the reason it put me off Wilson a little bit, you know, because if you know, Wilson is not going to be completely supported by the right players, how is he going to score the goals? And that's my concern, you know. And Son this game week maybe a decent option, but next game week Liverpool not so good, right? So yeah. Tony says, hello, would you captain Mane or Salah if you had both? My friend, that is a very, very difficult question. But if I had both, I'd possibly go with Mane a little bit, right? Um, uh, I'm just telling it being a neutral. If it was me, actually, I would go with Salah because I have a bias for Salah and a bias for people who take penalties. But technically speaking, as a neutral, I'd say Mane is the better option because he's rested and he plays on the left flank, and that is where the goals come against Fulham. That's what I read on Twitter from all the stats, right? All right. So Nihil says, "Hey Wiz, Bruno to Salah for this game week only." Then Bruno back in for Vardy. I mean, Nihil, that's a good thought. And if you can bring in Bruno for Salah the next game week without having to take out Vardy, that would be better because these are 3 transfers, right? These are not 2 transfers. If it can be done in 2 transfers, the best. If not, then possibly you should think a little bit about that. You know, I had the same option, but I kind of didn't do it. So Lewis Martin says, "I love your team right now, Wizard. You should be excited." I am pretty excited, my friend. The thing is, I've worn myself out by thinking too much about my team. I've been struggling with this Vardy versus Salah debate in my head for the past 2 days, and it is only in the last hour that I managed to resolve it in my head. But I'm pretty excited. Abhishek says, "I took a -12 this game week. My word, it has been a long time since I took a -12. In fact, I took a -12 last time, guys, when I got this overall rank of 534. There was a game week in that season I took a -12. But I guess all the best for this game week, my friend." Fudzili says, "Do you think Wilson will start? I'm thinking of this 3 forward, Bamford, Ings and Wilson." I think Wilson is going to start, my friend. There's not a problem that Wilson is not going to start. I don't think there is a doubt about that. The only thing is which Newcastle players are going to be fit enough to to feature in the starting 11 is my doubt. Uh, Chopnan says, "Taking out Vardy to Bamford or Wilson and take out Mahrez. Should I bring in KDB or someone who can give me points this week?" Bringing in KDB this week doesn't seem like the best idea, my friend. Maybe next week would be better. This week, if you want to take out Vardy to Bamford or Wilson, then you should replace Mahrez with somebody like Mane or Salah. I think that's the only option. Maybe Son, but then again next week you're gonna have to take out Son, so I don't like the idea of that, my friend. Aliza says, "Kane out for Ings." I don't think so, not this game week, Aliza. Nehal says, "Who to bench, Soucek or Jota, Lemte or Justin?" Nehal, if I was you, I'd possibly put Jota in the team just in case, and bench Soucek out of those two, and out of Lemte and Justin, I'd say play Justin because I think Southampton are a good attacking team, and I think they have excuse me. I think because Leicester are a good attacking team, and they have much better chance to score against Brighton than Brighton against Leicester. So yeah. Ahmed says, "Do you hit -4 or this is a wildcard?" Ahmed, this is a -4 hit, my friend. No wildcard. Wildcard is safely tucked in my back pocket for game week 16 or game week 14. Jethro says, "Are you planning to double up on City players for game week 13? Need to plan the scheme's transfer accordingly." Yes, that's right. I might, what I might do next week? I might transfer out Salah and get Sterling for 1 week and then again back to Salah, because I don't have any other problems in my team, and I hope I won't have any other problems in my team, and I can do that to attack the West Brom fixture. But, let's see what happens during this game week, and then we can make the decision about the next week, my friend. Karthik just donated a super chat. Thank you so much, Karthik. Really appreciate it, my friend. Yash says, "My midfielder, Walcott, Salah, KDB, Saint Maxima, Ziyech. I really want to change." Yes, the thing is, with Saint Maxima, I'm not sure if he's going to be starting. Ziyech is obviously injured. I'd say you definitely need to take out Ziyech because he did his hamstring, and since the next game week is right around the corner, he's not going to be playing in that as well. So I'd say possibly go for somebody like Son, because I think that's the only one you can afford, or maybe Grealish. Maybe Grealish could be the one, So yeah. Nazar says, "Any chance for a Chelsea midfielder?" Nazar, to be honest with you, I had a look at Pulisic, right, and I think Pulisic is a decent option, my friend. The problem with Pulisic is he's got hamstrings which are made of glass. I mean, Lampard's comments on Pulisic were not at all encouraging for me. That's the reason I was put off. I mean, one Chelsea player that I would be looking at is not a midfielder, but guys, Olivier Giroud, 6.7 million striker. I mean, starting games for Chelsea in the Premier League. How good is that, guys? It's pretty good, right? In my opinion, no midfielders for me right now. So Shopnan says double up with Salah and Mane this round and bring KDB next round. Shopnan, that seems like a good idea, my friend. Better than the previous one. Sid says, hey Wiz, DCL out for Bamford, Jota out for Grealish for a hit. I mean, DCL out for Bamford seems like a decent plan, my friend. But Jota out for Grealish for a hit for in this game week against Wolves, it just doesn't seem right to me. I mean, Grealish long term is a good option, right? And I think Grealish is somebody who's a season keeper, and but this game week maybe you can just do DCL to Bamford, and then next game week you can do Jota out for Grealish if you want, you know. Even if Jota gets 30 minutes against Fulham, I'll still think that's good enough. Rhythm says Jota to Mount. I mean, that seems like a decent move. Mount is ticking along nicely. Mount is not a player who's going to give you too many double-digit scores over the season, Rhythm, so you have to think about that before you make the move. I mean, one other midfielder, guys, I'm looking at, really interested in bringing him, you know, is Pascal Gross of Brighton. I mean, look at his fixtures: Fulham, Sheffield United in the next two, and he's on penalties as confirmed by his manager, and just 5.8 million. Looks pretty decent to me, guys. Looks pretty decent to me. Faiz says Mope to Brewster and McGinn to Grealish. I mean, if it is not for a -4, then I'm all for it, Faiz. I think that's a good move. Rofford says hard choice. Do I start Zaha or Welbeck? I mean, if you have Zaha in your team, my friend, there is no point keeping him on the bench. Zaha is a player who can kind of score against anyone, can win a penalty against anyone. So if you have Zaha, I'd possibly start Zaha over Welbeck. FPL Bear says, which one should I bench? Grealish, Jota, Adams, Watkins, and DCL. If you want to bench one of them, my friend, I'd say bench Jota. The reason because all the others are at least nailed on. Jota has a niggle, a slight injury, so maybe Jota is not going to start. So in my opinion, if I was you, I'd bench Jota. Matthew says need to replace James Rodriguez, but not sure who to replace him with. 1 week punt as bringing in Bruno next week. I mean, for 1 week punt, my friend, you can go with James Ward-Prowse, because I think they have a decent fixture at home to Sheffield United, and Ward-Prowse is in decent form as well. So why not? Why not Ward-Prowse? Excuse me. Alright, moving on, guys, moving on. Sanu says Salah might be rested. I don't think so. I don't think so, my friend. Also, all of my moves are for free. Have 2 free transfers this week. Use 1, banking 1. Gonna use 2 free transfers in game week 13. Nehal, I think it seems like a plan, my friend. And I think Bruno to Salah this game week seems like a decent plan. Although Bruno is a good player as well, and he can obviously score points against anyone. But if you really want Salah this week, then and you have 2 free transfers, then I'd say go for it, my friend. You know, it looks fine to me. Faiz says Ziyech to which 8.9 million option? Already have Jota and Grealish. Faiz, you don't need to kind of go like for like. You can go a little bit down, and you can get somebody like Ward-Prowse. You can get somebody like Pascal Gross as well. Because there's not many midfielders in the 8.9 million category which I would be recommending. Son is more expensive than that, and Kai Havertz is not worth it. Pulisic, I'm not sure because he's got, as I already said, weak hamstrings. Yash says Lampard has finally Tammy in, not helping any good. The thing about Chelsea is Tammy and Giroud are going to be rotated between the Champions League games and like the cup fixtures and the Premier League. It seems that Giroud has kind of nailed his spot in the Premier League with those 4 goals in the Champions League. So it looks like his place to lose. But let's see what happens. I'm not sure about the Chelsea lineup yet. Saleh says Mason Mount and Giroud are good options, but Chelsea defenders must. I think Chelsea defenders are really good options right now. They are the top 3 scoring defenders in the game are Chelsea defenders, guys. I mean, that's a great stat. No one would have expected that at the start of the season. Jethro says, thanks Wiz, with City's unpredictable rotation. Do you think Mahrez is a good option? Do you think he starts? In my opinion, my friend, I think he can start, but I seriously think that Pep tends to kind of ignore Mahrez in the bigger games. He likes to start him against small teams because I think Pep seems to think Mahrez is kind of a flat track bully, and he tends to start more technical players in the bigger games. But you never know with Pep, my friend. Never try to second guess that Pep rule. I wouldn't. Namrit says, I have Salah and Wilson. Should captain Salah as everyone or try Wilson? Namrit, that's a very good question, my friend. The only problem with captaining Wilson is that we don't know who is going to be playing in that team. Is Saint Maxima going to be fit? Is Fraser going to be fit? Is Almiron going to be fit? Because without the support players, Wilson is not going to be able to score, right? And that's the only concern that I have. And this week, I think if everyone's captaining Salah, then I think there's a huge upside to that, because other way around, if Wilson doesn't fire and Salah fires, then it can be a big red arrow for you, my friend. Jayant says, what do you think about DCL to Giroud or Ings? I mean, DCL to Giroud sounds interesting, but maybe not this week, To Ings, I wouldn't do it right now, because if you look at the fixtures, my friend, look at their fixtures after this game. Arsenal, City. Alright, Fulham is an easy one, but then West Ham, Liverpool, Leeds, Leicester, Arsenal. Very difficult fixtures for Southampton after this game. So for me, I'd say not Ings, my friend. FPL Bear says, I think I already answered that, didn't I? FPL Bear says, which one should I bench? Grealish, Jota, Adams, Watkins, and DCL. I already said Jota, my friend. Yep. Salah says, is it time to get back Trent Alexander-Arnold? I don't think so, my friend. I think it's better that we go for Robertson, because I'm not even sure if Trent Alexander-Arnold is exactly fit, and if he's gonna start all the games now. He still doesn't have match sharpness, right? So he only played a very few minutes in the last game. I'd still say Robertson is a better option, and he's playing much further forward as compared to other seasons. So I'd say Robertson. Eagle says United or City. It's very hard to call, but looking at the form, I'd say City seems to be the better team at the moment, in a better form. Jeter says, which one should I start, Target or Podence? I'd say Podence, Jethro. He's playing as a striker for Wolves. Why wouldn't we start him? I'd say Wolves have a decent chance of scoring. Nehal says, cheers, Wiz. Cheers, Nehal. Thank you so much for coming over. Thanos says, thoughts of captaining Grealish over KDB and Bruno. I mean, I don't like any of these three options, to be honest with you, my friend, because Bruno and KDB are playing against each other, and Grealish is playing against Wolves, and Wolves are kind of a thrifty team. They don't concede too many goals, right? So I'm just not enjoying the idea of captaining any of them at this moment. But if you have only these options, then out of these, I'd say KDB would be my number one option, and Grealish and Bruno too. Faiz says, what about Ziyech to Zaha? I don't like his fixtures, Faiz. His fixtures are now turning. Let me show you his fixtures, and you can make up your mind for yourself. So for Zaha, Tottenham, West Ham United, Liverpool, Aston Villa, Leicester. I don't like these fixtures. I think they're too hard for you to really consider him right now, my friend. Theodore says, used free transfers and got 91 points last game week. I mean, that's amazing, Theo. Congratulations, my friend. What's your overall rank? Raja says, would you list best captain for this week? Raja, in my opinion, this game week, the best captain is obviously, if he starts, then Mo Salah is the best captain. Hands down, he's the best captain. And, to be honest with you, just let me go to a different page so I can show you the fixtures. Yeah, so in my opinion, I think Salah is the best captaincy option for this game week. Other than that, I think Jamie Vardy is a decent option. I just transferred him out, and I'm feeling pretty bad about it already. But since I have Salah, I'm fine. I think Harry Kane can be a decent option this game week. Salah, Vardy, right? These are the good options. Danny Ings, if you have Danny Ings, he can be a really good captaincy option this week. Other than that, I mean, I know people are saying Patrick Bamford, But captaining a player in the first game of the game week, and that too who's not on penalties, it's a little bit risky. It can work, but for me, I'd say Salah, Mane, Jamie Vardy, Danny Ings, and Harry Kane. These would be my favorite captains. If I had any of these players, I'd be tempted to captain them. Moving on. By the way, guys, I'd like to tell you I activated slow chat today because last time on the stream there was too many questions and I was not able to answer them. Apologies if you can't send too many messages, but it's really helping me to kind of answer your questions. All right, let's get back to the questions. Saif says, should I go Vardy plus Jota to Salah plus Brewster with a hit? I mean, Saif, that is kind of what I did. I had Vardy and I had Ziyech and I got Watkins and Salah. So, I mean, if I did that, so you know what my opinion on that, I'd say, why not, my friend? Why not? Aditya says, will Jota play? I mean, I still feel that he has a knock and he might be on the bench. And if need be, he can come on for some minutes, but I don't think he's going to start. Sid says, thanks Wiz, appreciable answers. Thinking of selling Salah for KDB for a week and getting Mo back the very next of it. Sid, that's a very good plan, and I have a similar plan, but for Sterling. So let's keep our fingers crossed we don't have any injuries to deal with, and we can go through with our plan. Karthik says, Kufal or Konsa? Kufal plays against Leeds away, Konsa plays against Wolves away. Both difficult fixtures, Karthik. And, which one I'd say? I'd say a little bit Kufal maybe because he has more attacking threat. He's a fullback and Leeds are a team who tend to concede some goals as compared to Wolves. So Karthik, I'd say Kufal. Sofal, whatever you call him, guys. I don't know why I call him Kufal. Commentators call him Sufal, but Sofal, so yeah. Jashan says, hello Wiz, should I keep Cancelo? If no, then suggestion replacement. Jashan, I think you can keep Cancelo. The reason being, he did not play in the midweek in the Champions League game, and I think he has a fairly good chance of starting. Zod says, hey Wiz, hey Zod, welcome. Konsa or Taylor who start? Burnley play against Arsenal, and Zod, I'd say Konsa a little bit because Konsa has an attacking threat. Taylor practically has none. Chopnan says, my team Salah, Son, Fernandes, Jota and Mahrez. Thinking after what you say, bring in Mane for Mahrez, then I have Salah, Mane and Jota next round to bring KDB for Mane. What do you think? I mean, Chopnan, that's a decent strategy, but having like Salah, Mane and Jota can be great for your team. Maybe not so much if Salah doesn't get the full 90 and Jota doesn't start. But next week to KDB seems like a fairly good strategy, my friend. And if that suits you, I'd say go for it. Mr. Job says, who should I start? Mope or DCL? That's a difficult one. I mean, Brighton play against Leicester. I'd say based on the form, just based on the form, I'd say DCL. He still has a chance to score at least one goal against any defense, my friend. So I'd say DCL. Amit says, hi Wiz, when are you going for the wildcard? Hey Amit, welcome to the live stream, my friend. I'm going for a wildcard, possibly in game week 16. But if I'm not happy with my team by game week 14, I've penciled out 2 game weeks, either game week 14 or game week 16. These are the 2 game weeks that I'm planning. Guys, by the way, if any of you have your wildcard, still have your wildcard, remember, game week 16 is the last game week. You have to use your wildcard before you're gonna lose it, because this season, the half of the season, they are counting till game week 16, and after that your wildcards are going to be reset. So if you have your wildcard, plan using your wildcard before, or at least at the latest by game week 16. Moving on, guys. Bruce says, what's up Wiz? Hey, welcome my friend, welcome. Matthew Brown says, Bamford or Wilson in this week, bringing both in eventually. Matthew, in my opinion, I'd say Bamford is the safe option. The reason being because Bamford is nailed on and we know all the Leeds team thanks to Bielsa. In his press conference, he told us his starting 11. That's how a manager should be like. But with Wilson, I just don't know. Will Saint Maxima play? Will Fraser play? Will Almiron play? How many of them and how are they affected by the COVID? So when you are having so many uncertainties, we go with the player who's more certain. That's Bamford for me. Surfrost says, only way I can get Salah in is by removing Bruno. Surfrose, I think that's not a bad idea, my friend. But the only point is, next week you wanna have Bruno back, because next week Bruno can be a decent captaincy option, right? And if you can get back Bruno in one transfer and you have some money in the bank, I'd say yes. Otherwise, if you have to make two transfers to get back Bruno, then you have to think about it. Vimal says Jota, Mahrez, DCL. One free transfer, who to replace with whom? I mean, that's a difficult one. I'd say keep DCL because Dominic Calvert-Lewin will start at least, so he's nailed on to start, so don't transfer him out. With Jota and Mahrez, you can possibly transfer both of them out and get somebody like Salah, or you can downgrade one of them to Grealish. That seems like a decent option, Vimal. Because I don't know your full team, it's very hard for me to categorically state who to bring in, but that's the general idea. El Pedrino says, gentlemen, before we continue, smash that like button. Thank you so much, El Pedrino. Appreciate it, my friend. Saif says, should I go Vardy plus Jota to... I already answered that. Kareem says, DCL and Ziyech to Wilson and Salah for a -4. Have the exact money for the moves. I'd say why not, my friend. I'd say go for it. I mean, you can get Bamford in place of Wilson, but good moves. Lewis Martin says, so I bought Bowen in this week and he's top 16 points per million stats among midfielders and I can't see him doing any worse. I still feel like a hipster. What do you think? Nice comment, Lewis. I think Jared Bowen is an underrated midfielder in FPL. I think he is a very, very decent option. West Ham fixtures, possibly not the best, but I still feel that at 6.3 million, Bowen more than justifies his price tag, and he'll become even better when Antonio comes in. Good choice, my friend. Douglas says, hi, Wiz, done Hamis to Salah already, and I was planning on that, but I'm thinking of doing Vardy for Ings -4 to get some funds for next week. Should I give Vardy more time? Dakla, no, don't sell Vardy this week, my friend. Keep Vardy, and don't take a -4. I mean, that's I'd say that's a sideways move. Next week you might need that transfer and you might need that -4 for a better transfer, my friend. Vardy next week has a decent fixture as well, so I wouldn't sell, my friend. I wouldn't. El Pedrino says 50 watching, 50 likes. Guys, smash that like button. If you're enjoying this stream, please smash that like button. I really, really appreciate it. Sagar says Fernandes, Rodriguez, Calvert out for Salah, Grealish and Wilson for a -8. -8, that's... But the thing is, out of that, Rodriguez is totally out and Fernandes and Calvert are fine. I mean, if you can get Salah... I mean, if you can get, Grealish and Salah for Fernandes and Rodriguez, my friend, I think that should be enough. -8 is a bit too much for this week, Sagar, to be honest with you. Bjorn says, who should I start, Ayling or Brewster? I'd say Ayling, my friend, because at least he's nailed on and he gets 90 minutes. So yeah, for me, Ayling. Jayant says, my defense is Robo, James, Lamptey, Sofal. Not sure about the third defender this week, thinking of Lamptey to Zuma long term. Does this make sense to do it this week for a hit? Not for a hit, my friend. I mean, Chelsea have a decent defense, and I know Zuma is in good form, scoring headers off those corners, but for a hit this week, not for me. I just don't prefer taking hits for defenders, my friend, and you have a decent defense already, so just play any of Lamptey or Sofal and don't take a hit, my friend. Amrit says Grealish for captain. Against Wolves away, you really want a captain? If you want to, my friend, I just think that there are much better captaincy options this week, and I'd say no. I'd say go for somebody like Salah, go for somebody like Jamie Vardy, Harry Kane. So yeah. Vimal says, why is Laporte not playing? I don't know. I still feel that Pep prefers the duo of Stones and Diaz now, and I think he's pretty set on them. So that's the reason Laporte is staying out of the team. Nazar says, is Dallas a good option with James and Walker-Peters? I'd say yes. I think he's a perfectly good option. Attacking fullback, and what's not to like? This week even better because Ayling is playing centre back, so Dallas is gonna have more attacking freedom than usual. Zod says, what's your transfer plan for the next 3 game weeks? Zod, to be honest with you, I don't have too many problems in my team for the next 3 game weeks. I have fairly good captaincy options in my team. Bruno, KDB, Salah. I mean, next week, what I can do is, because Tottenham play against Liverpool, I'm even thinking of taking out Salah for Sterling for 1 week and then getting back Salah the week later if I don't have any other problems in my team. That way I can target that West Brom fixture and then get Salah back for Crystal Palace. So, yeah, that's the kind of moves I'm thinking because I don't have any specific problems in my team. Yash says, you would be more worried about Arsenal Wiz lately than your FPL team. Arsenal haven't been doing too well in the Premier League. I mean, they've been doing good in the Europa League, right? But that's different. I mean, I still trust Arteta. I think he's gonna turn it around. I mean, I just feel that we don't have enough creative players in the midfield to kind of make us stick. If we sign a good creative midfielder, I think we should be fine. Yes. Atul says, "Hey Wiz, who could I bring in for Jota?" For Jota, I mean, that's a difficult one. If you don't have Grealish, I'd say that's the most obvious option in it. I mean, but if you already have Grealish, then I just don't see too many options in the price range. What I could suggest to you is you can downgrade to somebody like James Ward-Prowse, and you can even think of somebody like Pascal Gross, because I think Gross has awesome fixtures coming up, and he's on penalties as well, as confirmed by his managers. So why not? Sid says, when are you planning to play your wildcard? In game week 14, Sid, or maybe game week 16, depending on how happy I am with my team. So yeah. Suresh says, hey Wizard, would you rather have a combination of Salah, Fernandes and Ings with a -4 hit, or Salah, Mahrez and Vardy? That's a very difficult one, my friend, because out of I'd say Salah, Fernandes and Ings. The problem with getting Ings, my friend, is that Ings only has one good fixture, and after that he's got Arsenal, and after that he's got City. So that's the only problem. Out of the second combination, I don't like the look of Mahrez because I'm just not sure if he's nailed on to start. Even when he got that 21 points haul and everybody wanted to get in Mahrez, I kept telling you guys, don't do it. He's not going to score 21 points every week, and it's a headache every week getting a player who we not sure is going to start. Raghav says, hi bro, Ailing, Taylor, Chilwell, Cancelo and Walker Peters. Please advise 3. I'd possibly start Chilwell, Cancelo and Walker Peters out of those, my friend. Maybe Ailing over Cancelo if you are willing to take the risk, but Chilwell and Walker Peters and one more. Bekalu says, what shall I do? I have Ziyech and Jota. I mean, if you want, you can transfer both of them out and get Salah, or you can possibly move Ziyech out for somebody like Grealish, my friend. Beyond says, who should I start? Ailing or Brewster? I already answered that. I think I need to pick up the speed in my answers. Questions are getting repeated, right? Vimal says, my team. Declan says, thanks Wiz, you're a legend. This is my first season playing FPL properly, so I need all the help I can get. My friend, I'll try to do my best, and I wish you good luck. Adrian says, if you had Ziyech and Mahrez, would you take a -4? Possibly, Adrian, I would. Sean says, who did you get in this week? I got in Salah and Ollie Watkins for Jamie Vardy and Hakim Ziyech. Louis Martin says, just wanted to add that I watch a lot of YouTube FPL content and I can genuinely say that you're hands down my favorite. I hope more subscribers come your way, but YouTube people value quantity over quality. It's all fine, Louis. I really appreciate your kind comments and it made my day. Thank you. Ali says, hey Wiz, would you get rid of Bruno or Sterling for Salah? Would you roll a transfer captaining Vardy or Son instead? Ali, to be honest with you, if you're feeling strongly about the Salah captaincy, I wouldn't be against taking out maybe Sterling for Salah, and getting Sterling back next week. I think that's a pretty good strategy, because I mean, captaining Vardy is not the worst idea in the world, but since I had Vardy as well and I transferred him out for Salah, so that my thoughts on this question, my friend. But both ways, I think your team looks fine. So Nasiri says, took Ziyech and Mahrez out for Salah and Soucek. That's a good move, Nasiri, and I wish you all the best. Pratik says, Jota and Kane out for Ings and Bruno. Is that a good idea? I don't think so, my friend. Not this week. Not this week. If you can get Grealish for Jota, that should be fine for me. But taking Kane out against Crystal Palace, I don't think that's a good idea, my friend. Because after this game week, Ings has a very difficult fixtures, like Arsenal, and maybe Arsenal not the most difficult, but again Manchester City, Arsenal, and Ings has some difficult fixtures after this game week. So in my opinion, not. Johan says Wilson or Bamford. Bamford for me. Ajay says getting rid of Kane at the moment is wrong, but I have to take that risk for Salah, and currently I am at 45k. Ajay, congratulations on your wonderful rank. 45k is a great place to be at this moment of time in the season. To be honest with you, my friend, for this game week, I mean, if you wanted to keep Kane, that would have been fine. But if you really feel strongly for Salah, I think that's also right move, because next week Salah and Kane play against each other, and it's gonna be difficult anyway. So if you want to get Salah, then it's all good. Don't take too many hits at that rank, my friend. That's all I can suggest to you from my experience when I finished at the top 1k. The only thing I made mistakes was taking too many hits. Otherwise I could have finished in the top 100, my friend. So yeah. So David says, how do you feel about the message got retracted? Alright, I'm speeding up my answers, guys. I'm sorry if I'm going too slow today. Katie says, any idea on Salah getting benched? I don't think Salah's gonna bench, Katie. I was having these thoughts in my mind because I felt that it was unnecessary for Klopp to play Salah for 90 minutes in midweek in the Champions League. But to be honest with you, after the Jota injury and Salah's general fitness regime, I thought that Salah's gonna play, and that's the reason I took a hit to bring Salah in. Nishchil says sell Adams, bring Ings with a -4. I don't think so, Nishchil. Not this week, my friend. I mean, Adams is kind of a passenger in your team. You can bench him whenever you want. If you get somebody like Ings, you're going to have to play him every week, and the fixtures don't look too favorable in the next couple of game weeks. So in my opinion, keep Adams. David says Ziyech out, Vardy out, Salah, Mane in, Bamford in for a -4. David, that's a pretty good move. I would possibly do it, my friend. I like that move. I like that. Cruz says bring in Grealish for Jota for a -8. Already gotten Salah for a -4. I don't think so. I don't think so, Cruz. I'd say just keep Jota and hope he plays. Don't take too many hits. Not for Grealish, not this week. Sugam says Ziyech, Son, Vardy out, De Bruyne, Salah, Brewster. That's a very difficult one to kind of call, Sugam. I mean, I like the fixtures of Son and Vardy this week, so it's not the most, because De Bruyne has Manchester United and Brewster possibly not gonna play, so it's only because of Salah you're making these moves, right? So why not take out Son for somebody cheap and get Salah in place of Ziyech? That would be better. Don't take too many hits, my friend. Zodiac says, how can you say Mahrez is not nailed? He played 10 out of 11 game weeks. He hasn't played 10 out of 11 game weeks, my friend. He's played, I think, 8 out of 11 game weeks. So he's not nailed. He's definitely not nailed, and he's gonna get rotated, in my opinion. And in the big games, more so as compared to the small games. I mean, if you want to keep him long term, he's gonna pay you back. But I just feel that he's not nailed on. The only player who's nailed on from Manchester City is Ederson, possibly Kevin De Bruyne. Other than that, everybody's gonna get rotated. Maybe Ruben Diaz as well. Noel says, I need a good defender for 5 million or less. What can you suggest? I was thinking Konsa, Lamptey, and Dyer, Sofal. To be honest with you, at this moment in time, I'd say Aston Villa fixtures look good, and Newcastle fixtures look fine as well. I mean, you can think about somebody like Jamal Lewis as well. Lamptey also looks good because his fixtures are good. He hasn't been justifying his kind of attacking stats, but I like the look of Lamptey. If I was you, I'd possibly go for Lamptey, my friend. Zada says Jota or Watkins for starting 11. Watkins is nailed on, my friend. Moving on, guys, so many questions today. Jayant says, do you have plans for getting Spurs attackers? Jayant, I'm gonna get both of them, Son and Kane, on my wildcard. Possibly one, maybe both. Depends on what happens. N says, I have Bruno, Grealish, Bissouma, James, Adams, Kane, and DCL with 0.1 in the bank. Which two should I transfer out? Which shall I get from Wilson, Ward-Prowse, Son, Salah? I'd say get Wilson, Ward-Prowse, and Salah seem like the best shouts. Son doesn't have the best of fixtures in the next 2 or 3, but he's the highest scoring midfielder, right? So all those options are good. But if I was to get 2 out of them, I'd say possibly Wilson and Salah, or Ward-Prowse and Salah seem to be the better options. Hang on, guys. Let me have a drink of water, please. Matea says, hi bro. Hey Matea, welcome to the live stream, my friend. Rohit says, is Jota gonna play? I don't think so. Klopp said he had a knock, so maybe he gonna be on the bench, my friend. Micah says, would you sell Jesus or Wilson for Bamford or keep? I mean, if you want to keep Wilson, I'd say if you have Wilson, my friend, you keep him. Jesus, if you want to keep him long term, you can because Aguero is not fully fit yet, but Aguero is slowly coming back, right? So it all depends on it all depends upon your strategy, my friend. I mean, if you want to keep Jesus for the West Brom game and all the easier fixtures coming up, then no. But Bamford maybe depends on your overall strategy, my friend. So moving on, Katie says, I am going for Bamford, replacing Watkins. Your views, Katie? I think that's a good. I think that's a good move because I think Bamford is one of the best cheap strikers, and in my opinion, I think he's better than Watkins. The only thing I would like to say is that both Leeds and Aston Villa have great fixtures, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't be against that. I think that's a good move. Mike says, I have Salah, KDB, Kane, Fernandes. Thinking of captaining Fernandes as a differential. Sure, United are going to do big after failing to get Champions League. What do you think? Mike, I respect your opinions, but in my opinion, if you have Salah and Kane, I wouldn't go differential this week because so many people are going to captain Salah and a lot of people are going to captain Kane as well. Fernandes, not so much. This is not the week to go differential, my friend. When the big teams have easy fixtures, is not the week to go differential. Siddharth says, hey bro, I am here. Congratulations on your new achievements. Your channel is the best. I repeat, FPL Viz is the best FPL channel. My word. Thank you so much for your kind words, Siddharth. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, finally, we have our first member of the channel, and I welcome Lewis Martins to the FPL Wizard members community. Thank you so much for joining, Lewis, and I hope you enjoy your stay here, my friend. And I hope you enjoy the beautiful logo you get right next to your name. James says, shall I start Ayoze or Jota? I think go for they're both neither nailed on, right? Ayoze Perez is a highly kind of rotated player. I'd say still put Ayoze in the team. If he starts, he has a good chance to at least get some points. Not a big difference between them. Anna says Ailing and Konsa or Dallas in target. I'd say Dallas in target, my friend. I just feel that target is a fullback, has better chance of scoring. Dallas more attacking than Ailing as well. So yeah. Cruz says transfer out DCL for Watkins and downgrade Chilwell to James to fund in a move for Son in game week 16. Cruz, that's such a long strategy that you're talking about, my friend. I mean, game week 16 is so far away. I mean, don't plan so long. I mean, it's fine if you. I think I honestly feel that Chilwell is a better prospect than James, and DCL to Watkins. I'd say if you want to, because DCL doesn't have the best of fixtures, you can do it. Pereira says, very little talk about Mane. He played 3 minutes midweek. Attacking left-sided players have gotten points against Fulham. That's a great point, guys. FPL GOAT on Twitter, he put out a tweet, guys. I'm gonna read it out for you. For all of you who haven't thought about Mane, I really would like to read this tweet for you, because FPL GOAT, he said that all the players who've got attacking returns against Fulham have come from the left flank of the attacking team. I wish I can just let me see if I can find that tweet, guys. It was a very wonderful tweet. He said that like Aubameyang in game week 1 and yeah, there you go. So basically he said target Fulham's right flank. Aubameyang in game week 1, he plays on the left flank. Jack Grealish in game week 3 plays on the left. Pedro Neto plays on the left. Zaha plays on the left. Ben Rama plays on the left. Luka Dean got 2 assists again on the left. Harvey Barnes scored a goal against Fulham again on the left. Sterling goal and assist again on the left. And who plays on the left for Liverpool? It's Mane, guys. Why did I get in Salah, guys? But yeah, that's the tweet. I honestly think that that Mane is gonna do well, Pereira. Don't. But let's not kid ourselves. I mean, Salah's gonna do fine as well. But yeah, we shouldn't ignore Mane. If you have both, you are a king this game week. Suleiman says Mings to Cancelo. Not for me, my friend. I think Cancelo is not that nailed on, and Mings has good fixtures coming up. Matthias says I have 2 small problems. Both are connected with each other. Should I start Sofal ahead of Justin, or sell one of these for Trent Alexander-Arnold or Robo? I think you should start Justin this game week, my friend, and in my opinion, just start Justin. Lewis Martin says, happy to be here. Cheers. Cheers, Justin. Thanks once again. Nishil says, Grealish, Nato, Gross, pick 1 in place of Ziyech. Grealish, my friend, beyond any questions for me. Rohit says Vardy is still a good option, right? He's a fantastic option, my friend, and he is a captaincy option this week. Even if I sold him, I'm still saying he's a captaincy option. So yeah. Thakif says, hey Wiz, can I see your first 11? Absolutely, you can see my first 11, my friend. I actually would like to keep my screen on there. So yeah. Shopman says, what is his Twitter? His Twitter is FPL GOAT. Shopman @FPL GOAT. So Hassan says, Mane out, Salah in, worth it? Not this game week, my friend. If you have Mane, keep him. I already made my point. Cavani is injured, so Lucas says Cavani question mark, so in my opinion not. Sid says next game week Grealish in for Jota. Sid, definitely. Jared says, hi Wiz, Jota to Grealish or DCL to Wilson? To be honest, I'd say Jota to Grealish because at least DCL is going to start, right? And Jota is not going to start. He has an injury or a niggle, as Klopp said, so you should get both players who are going to start. Suleiman says Son to Grealish. I don't think so. Not this game week, my friend. Not this game week. Lee Khan says, any wildcard recommendations need to play it this week? Oh, Lee, if you're playing a wildcard this week, I'd say get one of the Spurs player and, because you are going to be on wildcard, right? So you get somebody like Son, don't try to get too many premium players in your team. That will spoil the balance of your team, right? If I was you, my friend, I'd possibly go for somebody like Salah, KDB, Bruno, Grealish, this kind of a midfield, and in attack I'd go with Bamford, go with somebody like Wilson or Giroud. Even Giroud, I would consider going with Giroud. In defense, obviously Chilwell, one of the Liverpool defenders, and maybe somebody like the glue guys like Lamptey, Walker Peters and stuff. So that's a very kind of a general way of describing it, but that's my plan. Cruz says battle of the 4.4 million defenders, Balbuena or Taylor? Balbuena or Taylor? Taylor plays against Arsenal, who are not very good at attacking, but at home I expect them to maybe score 1 goal against Burnley. Balbuena plays against Leeds, definitely going to concede. My friend, it's a very difficult one. It looks like both are going to get 2 points, right? I'd just put my neck on the line. I'd say maybe go for Balbuena a little bit. He might get an attacking return off a corner, right? Taylor just offers next to nothing in attack. Sid says Vardy versus Everton next game week. Everton are without first choice fullbacks. Worth keeping him. I think so, Sid. That's the point. That's the reason I wanted to keep Vardy. Unfortunately, I gave into my my head was doing me in thinking so much about what I'm gonna do this game week, and I made the decision to take out Vardy. But keeping him is a good idea as well. Matthias says, will Wilson play? Does anybody know? Matthias, Wilson is fine because he put on his Instagram, he put a post in which he said that he is, he was training. So definitely, I think Wilson is going to play. The problem is, who else is going to play from Newcastle is the problem, right? I am Sully says, have you confirmed your team yet? Yes, my team is confirmed, my friend. This is my team. This is my final team. Guys, I need a piece of advice from all of you. What do you think? I've got 3 Aston Villa players. Do you think I should put Ayling in my team in place of Watkins? Basically what I can do is I can put Watkins on the bench and I can put Ayling in my team. That would kind of divide the risk between, two of Leeds versus 2 of Aston Villa, because I've got Martinez, I've got Grealish, and then if I play Watkins as well, I've got 3. And that's the only doubt that I have. Guys, let me know your thoughts and I'm gonna decide accordingly. Back to answering your questions. Hey, what's up says, that's a good name. Hey, what's up? Have Salah captain. If he does not play, who to vice captain? De Bruyne, Bruno or Robertson? Robertson is not a bad choice because Robertson is nailed on. Bamford, Grealish. To be honest with you, I'd say if you want to keep it safe, at least you can go with somebody like De Bruyne. You can go with somebody, if you want to be a little bit more maverick, you can go with Robertson. But in my opinion, there is no chance that Salah doesn't even get a few minutes against Fulham, right? Because Salah is a greedy player and he's kind of a bit of a flat track bully as well. And I think he's gonna want to, get some goals against Fulham. So yeah. Solomon says, is it a good idea to play 2 Chelsea defenders, Zuma and Chilwell? The return could be huge or nothing. If you have 2 Chelsea defenders, my friend, there's no point in benching one of them if you have them. And Everton is not that good of an attacking team. They don't have James Rodriguez, they are lacking Dean. So, and Coleman as well. A lot of attacking outlets that they had. The creative outlets are not there, so maybe keep both of them. Pedro says, hi Wiz, hey Pedro. Barclay to Rafinha, -4. Free money to do Vardy, Jota out to Bamford, Bruno game week 13. Bruno out was a mistake, but I wanted Salah to Fulham, and now I have to play Sofal for an injured Barclay. To be honest with you, my friend, I just play Sofal. Don't do it for a -4. I mean, if you really have a feeling for Rafinha, I know Rafinha has been playing well, and I really have liked the look of what Rafinha is doing, right? But I mean, for a -4, you can just play Sofal, because next week is the week in which you might need to take another -4, and then Barclay might be back next game week, or if you kept him for such a long time, not a bad idea to keep him for a little bit longer as well. So yeah. Devendra says, I have Tellus and 3.1 in the bank, suggest some fullbacks. I mean, the obvious one would be Chilwell and Robertson, because Robertson has Fulham, my friend. But if you want to go a little bit future proof, then get Ruben Diaz. Omar says, hello Wiz, I'm thinking of banking my transfer this week, but I got Gaita in goal, so not worth it. Don't waste your transfer for a goalkeeper, my friend. I'm telling you from a personal mistake. If it's fine, Gaita can get some save points against Spurs, so just keep him. At this point in the season, banking a transfer, if you can, it would help you so much, my friend. Rohit says, should we consider Callum Wilson? Of course we should consider him. He has great fixtures, Fulham and West Brom at home in the next 3, right? We should consider him. But, the problem is we're not sure who's fit in Newcastle. That's the only concern I have. Lewis says, keep your team as it is, in my opinion. All right. Cruz says, don't bench Watkins. Watkins is a penalty taker. I'm not even sure if Watkins is on penalties anymore. I mean, he's missed the last time he took it, so I'm not sure if Grealish is going to take them or Watkins is. Nazar says, why are you still keeping Bruno? Nazar, have you seen his upcoming fixtures, my friend? He's the captaincy option in the next 2. Sheffield away, Leeds home, Leicester away. I mean, he's a captaincy option, and his fixtures are good. Bruno is going nowhere out of my team, my friend. Nowhere. Ravindra says, playing Ailing Wiz, you wouldn't regret it. You see, the opinions are divided. David Pereira says Ailing because Leeds are undefeated on the Friday fixtures. Is that true? How many Friday fixtures have Leeds played? And if they've played too many and they're undefeated, so that may be a point there. Guys, come on, give me a good answer on that, please. Lakshmi says, hope you're doing good, mate. Ings or DCL? Lakshmi, out of these two, I definitely prefer Ings for this game week, and for the long term, I'd say they both don't have the best of fixtures. For this game week, Ings definitely. Omar says, back the attacker always. Watkins, in my opinion. Right, that's a good point. I always say that as well. Giovan says, tough one, Wiz. I'd go for Watkins on this one. Ailing will be centre back on this game, so you'd only be relying on a clean sheet. That's the only thing that put me off playing Ailing. If Ailing was playing at right back this game week, I'd possibly do play Ailing over Watkins. That's a good point, Giovan. Thank you. Nick says, did I drunk a transfer? Vardy to Brewster. Nick, I don't understand your question. Can you please repeat it? Matthias says, I think you should count Martinez as one of the Villa guys because he's a goalie, so you can't do anything about him. But if you were to start, if I was you, I would start Ailing and bench Watkins because Ailing will start. I think Watkins and Ailing are both nailed on. I think they're both going to start, so there's no problem there. The point is who's going to score more points, guys. Ayman says, best Ziyech replacement. It all depends upon how much money you have in the bank, my friend. I mean, if I want to downgrade, I would go for Pascal Gross, maybe James Ward-Prowse, Grealish. If I want to upgrade, I would possibly go for somebody like Son, Bruno Fernandes. So it all depends upon how much funds you have. Howard says, do you think Jota will play from the start? I don't think so, Howard, because based on the comments from Jurgen Klopp, he says that he had a slight niggle. So in my opinion, he's not going to start, but who knows? These managers have their ways, right? Guys, I'm sorry. Let me have a drink of water, please. I'll be back. If you haven't liked the stream, why not? Alright, I'm back. Lewis Martin says, I think Chelsea is the best team at the moment. Would you pick anyone else besides Werner from mid-attack since we have Tammy and Giroud rotation? Can't really convince myself to get either and see no one else. Lewis, to be honest with you, that's a good question, but I honestly feel that from the Chelsea attack, I think Pulisic could be a decent option provided he stays fit. And other than that, I feel that you can take a punt on Giroud because he's just 6.7 million, right? And if he keeps starting games, I think he's going to get goals. If he doesn't start for 1 game week, maybe 2 game weeks, then you can take him out. It's not that big of a risk to take on a Chelsea player, 6.7 million forward. I think it's still worth it, my friend. Still worth it. Matthias says, and Watkins is not in form, plus he's not on pens. I'm not sure. Did Aston Villa did their coach Dean Smith? Did he say that he's not on pens anymore? Because the last time I knew he took a pen and he missed it, and after that they haven't got a pen, so we don't know who's on pens for Aston Villa. So kind of, it's all up in the air for me. But thank you so much for your inputs, my friend. I appreciate it. Moving on, guys. Too many questions. Bowen and for Ziyech, I'd say yes, my friend. If you don't have enough funds, then I'd say yes. Rupam says Kane plus Jota or Wilson plus Bruno for the next 3 game weeks. I'd say Wilson plus Bruno, my friend. Cruz says no, McGinn is on penalties, but the point is Watkins gonna return because Grealish gonna push those assists. Let's hope for the best, my friend. Let's hope for the best. Sully says Werner for Watkins. I don't know what you mean, Sully, but if you mean you want to transfer in Werner for Watkins, I'd say that maybe, because Chelsea doesn't have the best of fixtures, neither the worst of fixtures, but Watkins has some decent fixtures as well, so maybe you can keep Watkins for the long term. It's kind of a difficult one because I don't understand the full question, bro. Murley says, what about captaining Callum Wilson? Murley, to be honest with you, I think Wilson would have been a decent option, and I still feel that he's a decent option. The problem is Steve Bruce was not able to confirm. He wanted to keep it secret that which Newcastle players are fit, and who have been impacted badly by COVID. We don't know the full picture. So, when we don't know the full picture, I'd say possibly we should stay away from that. Maybe captain him against Fulham if you feel that Newcastle are in good form. Not this game week, maybe. Green Energy says, has Kilman lost his place? He didn't start the last 2 games. Yeah, I found that pretty surprising as well, because Kilman has done nothing to kind of lose his place. But Markal has been starting the last 2 games, so I think Kilman has lost his place. Green Energy. So yeah. Tanu says Grealish captain. I already answered that. AC Andy says, what's your opinion on captaining Pulisic? That's a difficult one. To be honest with you, Lampard's comments were not too encouraging about Pulisic. I don't have the comments right now. Let me see if I can quickly pull the comments up for you so that I can let you know. But to be honest with you, he said that his hamstring had something, and with Pulisic, I'm always tentative because he's just so fragile. He seems to get injured all the time, right? If he was fit, I think he would be a great option for captaincy, but unfortunately not. Let me pull out the comments and I'll let you know soon. Moving on, guys. Vardy for captaincy. I'd say Vardy is a decent captaincy option, definitely. FPL Jug says Kyle Walker-Peters, Sofal, Dallas, Justin. Pick 3 for me was Justin, Dallas, Kyle Walker-Peters. Raja says Walker, Podence, or DCL to start. Pick 2. I'd say difficult one, right? Walker, maybe Walker and DCL, because if Walker doesn't start, I don't think he's going to come on, and Cancelo is going to play the entire game, then Podence is automatically going to come in for you. So if I was you, I'd say Walker and DCL. Katie says, bro, who might be better, Grealish, Zaha, Bamford? I mean, they're all good options, my friend. If I had to choose 2 out of them, I'd say Grealish and Bamford. Zaha, not for me because the fixtures are so tough. Moving on, guys. So many questions. I just can't seem to keep up. Jana says, hi. Hey, Jana. Welcome. Pujan says, Werner, Wilson, Kane. My attack. What's your view? I think that's a great attack, bro. GameX says, I've done Ziyech, Nato, Bellerin to Sterling, Burka, Brian for a -4. Literally got no bench now. I mean, Burka is fine. Burka plays a little. Brian as well is starting for the past few game weeks, so I think it's fine. But I don't understand why you got Sterling this week, because Sterling has a very bad record against United, and don't expect him to improve too much. But it's all fine, my friend. It's all fine. Pedro says, thank you for the input. Who to bench, Sofal or Lamptey? This game week, I'd say possibly a difficult one, because Sofal is playing against Leeds and Lamptey is playing against Leicester. I'd say play Lamptey. I think he has more attacking threat, my friend. Kane captain, Pujan. Why not? I think Kane is a good option. How are you planning to bring Kane back in the future, says Nick. I'm planning to wildcard and I'm gonna bring him in on my wildcard, otherwise it would have been very difficult. I am Sully says, who's the better option, Werner or Watkins? Definitely Werner, he's on penalties for Chelsea. What else do we need, my friend? Werner. Jasper says, do I play Jota or Calvert-Lewin? I'd go with Calvert-Lewin, my friend. Pujan says, Bowen, Bruno, De Bruyne, Grealish, my midfield. Good midfield, I like that, Pujan. Nick says, Vardy and Jota out for Salah and Bamford. Vardy and Jota out for Salah and that's a great move. I think that's a good move to do if you want to, my friend. Lewis says Watkins versus Ayling. I think Watkins is absolutely the right decision. He has quality. We scored those chances last week. You wouldn't be asking the question. I think he was unlucky. Agree with you, Lewis, and I'm gonna go with your decision as well. Thank you so much for your input, my friend. Appreciate it. Rupam says, I have 7.7 million in the bank. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm not answering your questions. I'm trying my best. Please try to stick here and we're gonna try to get to those questions. By the way, last 15 minutes left. Don't forget to lock your teams, guys. 7.7 in the bank. Who will be the ideal forward? I have Bamford and Watkins. I'd say go with Wilson, my friend. I think that's good. If you want to save some money, you can think about Welbeck, but Wilson is a good option. Crew says next game week, Watkins or Adams in for DCL and Jota out for Grealish. I just seeming to read the questions, guys. I need to read them slowly so I can process them. Watkins or Adams in for DCL. Next week, Watkins and Jota out for Grealish. I think both good moves, Pakaya. Yeah, agree with that. Vidar says, is Welbeck a good option or Mitrovic? I'd say Welbeck. Mitrovic is no longer nailed on in that Fulham team, so I'd say Welbeck. How about Salah and Mane duo? I love that. I wish I had it. Mahrez to Mane or Mahrez to KDB. For this game week, go for Mane, and next game week, transfer out Mane to KDB. Jota out and DCL out for Son and Brewster. I wouldn't transfer out Jota and DCL for Son and Brewster, because Son has only one good game, and then after that, very difficult games. It all depends upon what you want to do, my friend. Caspiano. Rohit says by Vardy Unikala. Rohit, the problem is I took out Vardy because I wanted Salah in my team, and Vardy doesn't have a really good home record. To be honest with you, I've been thinking about that for the past 2 days, and in the end I decided that it was all for the best. Yamsi, thank you so much for the super chat. He says play Podence or Watkins. I'd say go with Watkins, my friend, because Watkins is on it's a very difficult one to call, but to be honest with you, Watkins is on penalties. Wolves are just not scoring too many goals at the moment for me to kind of play Podence, but it's a difficult one, my friend, very difficult one to kind of call, because Podence is playing at home and he's currently playing as the striker for Wolves, so the case could be made for any of the two, but if I had the option, I'd possibly go with Watkins. What do you say, guys? What do you think? Podence or Watkins? Please give him a good answer. I wish I could do it. Josh says, will Jota start? Jota I don't think is going to start, because I think Klopp said that he has kind of a knock on his ankle or something like that, so don't think he's going to start, but maybe a little bit gonna get some time from the bench. Kirtan says, should I swap Ziyech to Salah and Kane to Bamford for a -4? Oh, that's such a difficult one. The problem is, I think Kane has a decent fixture against Crystal Palace, but the thing is, Ziyech is costing you. Kirtan, you have to take this call. It's a very difficult one to say. But yeah, for the long term, I'd say it's better to get Salah than Kane for the next at least 2-3 game weeks, and after that, back to Kane. So Salah is the good captaincy option for the next 3 out of the next 4 game weeks. So I'd say yes, maybe yes. Please don't blame me if it doesn't work. Jasper says, do I play Jota or DCL? Not sure if Jota will. DCL, my friend. Go for DCL. Nihal says, FPL Bear, I would hold Adams for 1 week. I think Adams this week is a great option, guys. Eamon says, what is your opinion on Rafinha? I love Rafinha. I think he's a great footballer, and I think he has some potential for FPL returns. I just feel that his finishing is a bit suspect. Kane out for Bamford or Callum Wilson? Keep Kane, PJ. Keep Kane. Chopman says, you have the most underrated FPL channel. Thank you so much, guys. So many kind comments coming in. I can't thank you enough, guys. Thank you so much. Anne says, I'm torn between keeping Kane at the expense of not getting Salah. Anne, that is a very difficult question. I don't know why you have to give me so difficult questions today, guys. Come on. Have some mercy on me. But honestly, I think if you want to keep Kane this game week, my friend, the thing is, if you get Salah this game week, then you have to keep Salah for the next 4. And if you keep Kane this game week, then you have to keep him for the next 4. You can't think of swapping kind of Kane to Salah in the next game week. So if you have to do it right now, or don't do it at all, you know. So that's my point on that. It's very hard, my friend. Cruz says, after the deadline, could you explain how the Premier Fantasy tool Transfer Analyzer works? I don't understand what the net points in game week and cost means. Maybe, Cruz, if I have my throat left, then I'm gonna do it, my friend. Rupam says, Taylor or Bissouma as first sub? I'd say Bissouma, because Taylor has Arsenal, Bissouma has Leicester. To be honest with you, I honestly feel that both are going to get 2 pointers, so I'd say Bissouma is more safe. So go with Bissouma, my friend. Nick says, play Lamptey or Dallas in this week. I'd say Dallas, Nick. It's a difficult one because both have difficult fixtures. Maybe Leeds less so than Lamptey, so I'd say Dallas. Fadli says, Wiz, I need help. Who to start between Dallas and Patrick Van Aanholt? And I thought Ink's captain. I'd say I would go with Dallas because I feel that Spurs are going to score against Crystal Palace. Thoughts on Ink's captain? I think that's a very good option, my friend. If you don't have Salah, if you don't have somebody like Vardy, I think Inks can be a very, very good differential. Honestly, I think this is a great option this game week. And says, if I keep Kane, then I just go James to Ward-Prowse. I mean, that's a good move, my friend. I mean, if you really, the problem with me was I just can't, I just can't bear the thought of not having Salah against Fulham, and that's the reason I did it. But it all depends on your playing strategy, right? If you can do it, I think Ward-Prowse this game week is a good option, very good option against Sheffield United. Pratik says, James is out. Can you suggest a replacement? Thank you. Pratik, if you don't have Grealish, I think that's the best option that you can replace him with. If you want to downgrade, you can go for Pascal Gross, James Ward-Prowse. You can even, I think those two are decent options. If you want to upgrade, then you have to look at somebody like, I think it's going to be too costly for you, but Bruno Fernandes, KDB, Sterling, all these guys. But in my opinion, Ward-Prowse and Grealish, and maybe Pascal Gross are your best bets. Oh, excuse me, guys. Apologies. Thakif says Son or KDB. I don't understand the question. If you mean this game week, I'd say Son. Mane or Salah? Mane was in the week. Saya, I think, Mane was rested in the week, and if you mean you want to bring one of them in your team, I'd say it all depends on your playing strategy. I did Salah. I had the option to bring in Mane, but I still brought in Salah. So it all depends upon who you want to captain. To be honest with you, I'd say both are great options this week, and there's nothing wrong. I mean, nothing is wrong between any of them, so it's all good. PJ says Bamford or Callum Wilson. To be honest with you, I'd say long-term Bamford is a better option, my friend. Guys, 10 minutes are left, and as Nehal says, transfers done. Everyone check your teams. Guys, by the way, just lock your teams. Here, let me refresh my team for you so you can see my final team for the game week, as you've already been seeing. So this is my team. Ailing first on the bench. I'd say I'd put Bissouma on number 2. God, I hope I don't need my bench to go so deep, but just in case, guys. So this is my team, guys, and I would urge you all to lock your teams, my friends. Sid says, with Pereira and Castan returning, do you think Justin will keep his place? Castan is not returning this week, Sid. He's gonna return next week, so Justin is safe for one more week, I think. N says, or I could do KDB or Bruno out for Salah. I've stretched. N, if you want, I think that's a much better move than taking Kane out. Get out. You can take out maybe Bruno or KDB. Maybe Bruno for Salah this game week, and if you have some money in the bank, and if you can get back Salah, or if you can get back Bruno next game week, I think that would be not a bad transfer. The problem is next week, then you're gonna have to keep Kane, right? Aditya says play Cresswell or Dallas. To be honest with you, I'm tempted to say kind of play Cresswell because Cresswell has attacking threat from set pieces, but both are good. To be honest with you, Aditya, it's just very hard for me to say. I'd say Cresswell a little bit. Fadli says, looks like everyone is targeting opponents playing Sheffield, West Brom, Fulham for captaincy. Fadli, I think that is the right strategy, my friend. Rajkumar says, I'm just gonna be too brave and captain Werner. I think captaining Werner is a decent option, my friend. I feel that there are better options this game week, but if you want to go with that, then I'd say not a bad option at all. But I'd say there are better options. Soman says, attacking this week, Wiz. Hope Wilson turns out good. Good luck, everyone. Support the channel. Soman, Wilson is a great option, my friend, and I am pretty sure it's going to turn out well for you. And all the best to you, and thank you for the kind words. Eamon says, Pulisic or Ward-Prowse? Ward-Prowse, my friend. At least he starts nailed on. Pulisic, I'm just not too sure. He's just too injury prone for me at the moment. Aditya says, have had Werner for a few weeks now, need to live up to his potential. I mean, Werner has had so many great chances. I mean, he could have double-digit hauls in the past, 3 or 4, at least in 2 of the 3 or 4 game weeks, right? He's just so wasteful at the moment. I don't know what's wrong with him. Fadzli says, I bring in Pascal Gross. Good transfer, considering they're going to play Fulham and West Bromwich Albion. Fantastic transfer, Fadzli. I like it so much. Sully says, is it better to having an expensive defense and cheap attack, or the opposite? To be honest with you, this season I think attack is the cheap attackers are doing the business. Wilson, Bamford, Watkins. Che Adams. There's so many options in the forwards area, right? I still feel that cheap defenders, not exactly cheap, but 5 million, 5.5 million defenders can cover the attacking, the more expensive defenders. The 3 Chelsea defenders, all below 6 million, except with the exception of Chilwell, like Zuma and James. They are in the top 3 for defense. So, you can make of that what you will. Hamza says, who should I play, Diaz or Dallas? Oh, that's a difficult one. I'd say maybe Dallas a little bit, because I still feel that United might score against City. Dallas can get you some attacking returns. Diaz doesn't look like getting an attacking return anytime soon, my friend. Guys, let me have a drink of water real quick. Alright, back. Would you think Neco Williams would start? I don't think so, Sivesh, but it's very hard to say, because Klopp did not make any comments about Trent Alexander-Arnold. KDB or Vardy to captain? If I was you, Raja, I would captain Vardy. Siddhant says, Sofal or target this game weeks? I'd say Sofal. Raja says KDB to Salah for a -4 to captain. Raja, if you want to do it, you can do it, but then you have to you have to get KDB back for next game week, because they play against West Bromwich Albion, right? So be careful about that. Rajkumar says, yeah, I know there are the captain options, but maybe Werner as a differential. Rajkumar, I don't think this is the best week to play a differential captain, but if you're feeling it, my friend, then you should go for it, my friend. Fadzli says, Wiz is rapping. To be honest with you, I'm just answering questions non-stop, my friend. GameX says, how much do have in the bank and what's your team value? GameX, that's a big problem for my team. I don't have a very good team value at the moment. I think my team value is 101.3 million and I have 0 million in the bank. Todd says bench Socek or Jota. I think you should play Socek, my friend. The reason being, he's nailed on and at least he's going to start. With Jota, I think he comes on, doesn't come on, depends on the knock he has. So with so much uncertainty, I think it's a better idea to play Socek. Lightray says, hey, we'll start Jota, Diaz or Welbeck. To be honest with you, I'd say out of Diaz and Welbeck, my friend, because Jota is not, doesn't look like starting, my friend. If Klopp starts him, then all bad to him, because he said in the press conference that Jota has a knock or something. So I'd say go with a nailed on player, and Diaz and Welbeck are both nailed on. Sudeep says, I don't have a bench for Jota, so should I take to hit to replace him? If yes, for whom? I have 1 million in the bank. Sudeep, to be honest with you, if you want, you can go for somebody like James Ward-Prowse, you can go for Pascal Gross, and you can keep Jota as well, because I feel that if he's okay, and then he's gonna come on for maybe 30 minutes. So, you don't have to take a hit. Don't take a hit. Hamza says, do you think Leeds will keep a clean sheet? Hamza, it's very hard to kind of predict, but Leeds have a chance to keep a clean sheet, right? They have kept clean sheets in the past game week. So, it all depends upon who plays in striker for West Ham. How Holle is gonna play, right? So it all depends, my friend. Very hard to kind of guess that. Sid says, thanks, Wiz, and good night. You're welcome, my friend. Good night. Good luck to you. Sally says, thanks, Wiz, just logged in. Good luck. Good luck to you too, Sally, my friend. Are you not worried about not owning Son or Kane? I am worried, but the thing is, I can't own all the premium players, my friend. It's just not possible, right? Nadir says, please tell me, should I captain Ings? If you don't have Salah and if you don't have Vardy, then you should possibly captain Ings. Yep. Nehal says, great stream, Wiz, good luck for this game week, Salah to Hall. Nehal, may the power be with you, may your words come true, my friend, and I am counting on that because I took a hit to bring him in. We both did. We're both counting on Salah, right? You didn't take a hit, but I did. Yeah. Fadzali says, Bamford to blank since I didn't transfer him in. Fadzali, come on, my friend, you should think about all of us. We all have Bamford. Shelbert says, best midfield options under 9.3. I've got Grealish, Zaha. Not many good options in that price range, my friend. I'd say Ward-Prowse seems like a very good option. He has, I think, 3 double-digit hauls already and a couple of 8s in there. So I'd say Ward-Prowse looks good. Pascal Gross, as confirmed on penalties, possibly looks decent. Other than that, I just don't like too many options in that range. I would say Jota, but he's not nailed on. Definitely the hardest FPL season yet, says Cruz. Yes, it is weird, isn't it? GameX says, read on Twitter, Dallas will be benched. I don't think so. If it was confirmed, the team news was confirmed by Marcelo Bielsa on the press conference, it will not be changed, my friend. Don't read too much into that. Pratik says, taking a risk with Salah triple captain. Oh my god, you're going all in, Pratik, and I wish you all the best, my friend. I really hope it works out, because if your triple captain works out, my captaincy is going to work out as well. So good luck to you, bro. Eamon says, I'm transferring Ziyech for James Ward-Prowse. Pray for my best. Yeah, that's a good move, my friend. I think it's going to work out for you. N says, your work rate is amazing, mate. Genuinely hope you succeed in everything. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate the kind words. Today has been wonderful, and I've got so many nice comments. Thank you. And I wish you all the best. Aditya says, Shelveridge, Pulisic is fit is a good option. Agreed. If he's fit, again, the point is if Pulisic is fit, right? And that's the whole point, guys. You know, that's the reason. So, yeah, if he's fit, he's a good option. Lewis says, captaincy options, in my opinion, Salah, Vardy, Mane, Werner, KDB. I agree with you, my friend. I would put Ings in there as well, Lewis, but I agree with you. Unknown says Salah or Vardy captain. My friend, Salah. I'd say Salah. Both are good options. You are not wrong in captaining any of the two. Don't worry too much. Lock your teams. 1 minute remaining, guys. I'm saying again, 1 minute. Please lock your teams. Now is not the time to ask questions. Now is the time to make decisions and lock and load your teams, my friends. Come on. Lock your teams. Minks to Westergaard. No, my friend. No. Sanu says, I'm going with Grealish. Sanu, that you've been asking me that, and you know, if you have your mindset, your gut says, your instinct says Grealish, go with it, my friend. You know, in the end, we only give you advice. You play the game for your own fun, my friends. Just enjoy the game, guys. One game we cannot break you, one game we cannot make you. Play your games, enjoy. It's time to zen. Jones says, should I wildcard? Jones, it's 1 minute remaining. How can I tell you, my friend, whether to wildcard right now? It's just crazy. Alright, let's read your message. But by the time I finish it, the deadline is going to be passed. Should I wildcard? McCarthy, Chilwell, Walker, Peters on the wildcard. The deadline has passed, my friend. But if you did wildcard, then good luck to you. If you didn't, then it's all good, my friend. It's very last minute. Todd says, thank you very much, Wiz. Good luck, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, Todd. I really appreciate it. Guys, you've been here and you've listened to the stream for such a long time, and I really hope I answered all your questions. By the way, guys, I'm gonna be with you pretty soon, because this game week, it ends on Sunday and the next deadline is on Tuesday, guys. So I'm gonna be with you for more time than you possibly like for me to be here, because you know, game weeks are gonna come thick and fast. It is the December period, and guys, you know, since the channel is growing, I've got memberships going, I've got the channel monetized. I'm gonna be I'm gonna find some time from next week onwards, and I'm gonna try to get one short video for all those viewers, because I got so many messages, right, telling me that we loved your short 3-minute videos. Why did you stop doing them? Why are you only doing live streams? So from next week onwards, guys, I'm going to make a short video as well, detailing my previous game week and my transfer plan for the next game week. So I hope you enjoyed those short videos as well, and the live streams are of course gonna continue. So yeah, so and in those videos, it's gonna be my previous game week review, my next game week transfer plans, and I will include every game week. I'm going to include a wildcard draft for all those managers who want a wildcard. So it's going to be a full jam-packed video like I used to do earlier as well. So I hope you enjoy them and the live streams as well. So more content coming your way, guys. So please, if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing, and I would really appreciate it, guys. We have a Discord server for everybody to join. It's free. And we have a beautiful community over there talking FPL all day long. If you want, you can join that. I have FPL. I'm on Twitter as well at WizFPL, so you can follow me there as well. So, guys, lots of options. You decide what to do. Excuse me. Aditya says, I hope he was joking about the wildcard. I hope so too, Aditya, because it was very hard for me to answer that question right at the end. Cruz says, FPL throwback, like the stream if you owned Salah and triple captained him when he scored 4 goals against Watford and got 57 points. Against Watford, no, I didn't triple captain him. Actually, I triple captained Salah when I got 534 overall rank, guys. I triple captained Salah against Huddersfield and he got 57 points then. I was very, very happy with my triple captain that season, and it propelled me up into the top 1k, that triple captain, so pretty good. Nahal says, McCarthy, Cresswell, Justin, Chilwell, KDB, Jota is in there. Salah, Grealish, Vardy, DCL and Adams. Socek, Lamptey on the bench. Nahal, that's a very, very strong team, my friend. Very strong team. Pratik says 652 overall rank now. My word, that's fantastic, Pratik. Pratik, if you are in my Discord server, send me a DM, send me a personal message, and I would like to give you some tips on how to proceed when you are such high up, because I made some mistakes, you know. In that season, I was in the top 1k for a very long time, but I couldn't make the push. I know what mistakes I made, so I would like to give you some tips. So if you can message me, I'll try to help you, my friend. Green Energy says, why couldn't I contribute in Super Chat? Green Energy, I don't know. There's this key below with the $sign on it, and you just click on that and you can possibly send a Super Chat. I don't know why you couldn't do it, my friend. I have no idea. Cruz says, Wiz, how to join membership? Cruz, there's a button right next to the subscribe key. It's called join. You click on that and you can become a member, just like our friend Lewis Martins did today. So yeah. Pratik says, I'm on YouTube now. Yeah, Pratik, I meant on Twitter. You can send me a DM on Twitter, or you can join my Discord, my friend. So, you know, if you want my help, I mean, if you feel you're doing all good, all well, and you don't want too many people to confuse your thoughts, it's all good. I mean, if you want my help, I'm always here. You can DM me on Twitter, you can join my Discord, and I'll help you with whatever I can, bro. No problems. You're doing so well, my friend. Keep going, and I wish you all the best. Wish you all the best. So, it's what time is it? Oh, it's 4 minutes over the deadline, guys. I hope you enjoyed the live stream today, guys, because I certainly did. Green Energy says, feature not available in my region in India. Green Energy, I really don't have any idea, because for me it is showing you. Maybe you're registered with some age restriction or something like that. I have no idea, bro. So it's all cool. It's all cool. You came here on the stream, Green Energy. It means more than enough to me. So I love having you here. Lewis Martin says deadline is over. He says my team: Ryan, James, Walker Peters, Grealish, KDB, Bowen, Wilson, Bamford, Werner. Points prediction, I'm 670 points right now. I mean, I like your team, my friend. I think James, Reece James, Walker Peters, Ryan maybe a little not that good, but you know, James, Walker Peters is good. Grealish, fine. Salah, KDB, Bowen, Wilson, Bamford. I'd say you should have a decent game week, Lewis Martins. Very hard to predict the points right now because my brain is almost not functioning, but I'd say you have a decent game week. Yeah, you missed Robertson, then you'll have a great game week because that is fantastic. Cruz says, Wiz question. Go on, Cruz. Aditya says, thanks a lot and all the best, Wiz. Thank you, Aditya. Appreciate you coming here, my friend. Whipple says, will you be watching the Leeds game tonight? 100%. You know I have to do the aftermath stream in which I actually have to give you the summary of the eye test, and I love watching football, guys. That's the reason I do all this. My love for football, the love for watching football is above everything. That's the reason I do this, because I play fantasy football anyway, and I watch the games anyway, so it's better for me to come here and give you some information about what I would love to do anyway, right? So yeah. Cruz says, explain the fantasy premier tool thing. Cruz, maybe in the next couple of streams, maybe, my friend, because today I'm too worn out. I apologize, but I'm gonna set it up before I come to the stream, and I'm gonna explain it for you. Promise to you. Mark says, great looking team. Thank you, Mark. I hope the points look great at the end of the game week as well. Pratik says, what is your Twitter handle? Pratik, it's in the description, but just for the sake of ease, I'm gonna type it. It's @WizFPL. Kenny, what says, damn, I only woke up. Salah capped. Jota. Yeah, I made the decision, my friend. Vardy and Hakim Ziyech made way for Salah and Watkins in my team. Jota has a slight niggle. Not sure if he's gonna start or not, but Klopp said he has a bit of a doubt whether Jota's gonna play or not. Pratik says, thank you for your assistance. You're welcome, Pratik. And I really hope you push on, my friend, and you achieve that FPL rank, because guys, you know, we play this game and we all love this game, but in the end we should have something to hold on to, right? This 534 rank that I have, I'm going to cherish it for a very long time, because it's very hard to kind of consistently get these kinds of ranks. So, you know, I did it, and I hope you all experience and cherish the moments when you have a beautiful FPL rank, because you're gonna remember it forever, guys. I remember every game weeks, the planning I used to do and stuff, so you know, it's pretty good. And Matt Hanley says, I've been Salah in and captain as well. Didn't know who else to go for. Matt, there were not many obvious captaincy options. I mean, Ings was a good one, maybe. Jamie Vardy was Salah, you know, but not many obvious ones. Mane as well, obviously. I'd like to add that, you know, but not many obvious captaincy options, because many of the big teams, I mean, Kane, of course, if you have Kane, Son, you could go there as well. But I feel Crystal Palace play with a deep block and won't concede too many. Karthik says, I was 10k last season, felt great. That's great, Karthik. I really hope you enjoyed the season, my friend. In the end, guys, it's a game, and you know, if we don't have fun, then you know, it just becomes too much of attention. So in the end, we should all remember to have fun in this game, and it becomes so beautiful when your fun is kind of, you know, reciprocated with the beautiful overall rank as well. Pratik says, absolutely agree. Now fluctuating between 300. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Matt Hanley says, exactly, didn't have a feeling for anyone else this week, so just went obvious. Yeah, to be honest with you, Salah was the number one captaincy option. The problem with Salah was, you know, that he played 90 minutes midweek against a dead rubber tie against Midtjylland, right? Why did Klopp play him? He gave a headache to all of us, and that's the reason it made me think. And in the end, I decided, I mean, you know, when in doubt, guys, when in doubt, Captain Salah. And that's what I thought about, and that's what I did. Oh, Pratik says rank. Okay, I get it. So earlier when you told me 670, that must have been your points. I mistook that for your rank. But it's all good, Pratik. Pratik, feel free to message me, bro. It's all cool. Kenny Watt says, FPL is fun, sometimes stressful. I play NFL and FPL. Imagine how stressed I am. That's all good. Just hope that fun is more than the stress. That's all I hope for. Thoughts on Juve Barca game? I mean, that was a really bad watch, because I mean, I have a little bit of a soft corner for Barcelona, not so much for Juventus. So I was watching that game, and oh my god, Barcelona looked really, really bad. I mean, their defender, Clement Lenglet, so bad. And, you know, Messi looks disinterested, and Ronaldo scoring penalties. Wasn't the best game to watch for me. Just wasn't fun. But on the topic of FPL, guys, remember, guys, the FPL game weeks are gonna be coming thick and fast. It's not gonna be like the start of the season now, right? It's gonna be very, very fast. The game week's gonna come, so remember to plan your decisions beforehand. You know, when you make your transfers, guys, remember, there should be a long-term plan behind your transfers, not just a single game week transfers. Unless your team is fixed and you don't have any of the problems, then I don't have any any problems with that. But otherwise, you make long-term transfers and be ready with your benches because rotation is coming, guys. It's just like the storm is coming, right? So rotation is going to come over the Christmas period. Don't be overly kind of stressed by that. It is gonna happen, so it's fine. If one of your players get rested for one game or maybe 30 minutes, 15 minutes, it's all fine. It is a part and parcel of the game, and it can happen to anyone, so it's all cool. Salah preserves his energy better than Mane and Firmino, so he generally plays 90 minutes. And by the way, I saw a stat on Twitter. They said that this season Salah is pressing less. Klopp is not making Salah press as much as he used to, so that means he conserves his energy that he used on pressing to kind of counterattack. So in my opinion, Salah should be fine, and that all those reasons combined, guys, I did all this research for the past 2 days, and that's the reason I made my decision about taking Vardy out for Salah. I really hope it works out, guys. I really do. And guys, so I think we have come to the end of this stream. I've been talking since I think it's about how much? I think I started 10:30, so I think it's been about 1.5 hours, a little bit more than that, and I'm pretty much tired and I need to go and rest because in the next couple of days another stream is beckoning, guys. The aftermath. Beatrice says JBH, and I don't know what that means, my friend. Lucas Holy says cheers, Wiz, great streams. Thanks, Lucas. Thanks for being here every week. I really appreciate, Lucas. Pratik says thank you, man, we'll keep watching your content. See ya. You're welcome, Pratik. Thank you so much for being here. So my friends, on this note, I would like to wish you all the best for the game week, and I thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I hope you all have a great game week. Before I leave you, I would love to leave you with a beautiful song. May the arrows be green. FPL Wizard signing out. Take care, friends, and have a great game week. Enjoy the song.